Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Real Estate Playbook. It's your best friend, Paul, here. It's another Sunday afternoon in beautiful, sunny Tampa, Florida, and I'm here with someone who's making their first appearance on the podcast. I'd like to introduce him to you. His name is Nicholas Romero. However, he does go by Nico. How are you, Nico?
Good. I'm doing good. How about you, Paul?
Good, man. Thanks for stopping by on a weekend.
This is the first time and on the podcast, and hopefully it's not the last.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. So, Nico, I've known you for a while, dude, but for the people that don't know you out there, how would you describe kind of how you got your start in the real estate world and how you got to where you are today, my friend?
How did I get a start in real estate? Well, I mean, I don't know. I was always into just houses. Like, I just thought houses were beautiful. Like, obviously, like the ones that would attract me would be like the multi-million-dollar houses. I never really watched like those Selling Sunset shows or like the flipping. I never watched those, but I just like I just liked houses in general. So I mean, I don't know. One day I just thought about it. I honestly don't know how exactly like what hit me to start. I think it was honestly probably Austin Hammer. Shout out Austin Hammer.
Hammer.
That's the guy that he main reason why I joined 54 Realty. Because I was with Keller Williams before, but that wasn't too good. And he just told me, come to 54. I was like, nah, I'll try Keller Williams, but I'm glad I made the switch. So I wish he was still here.
Yeah. Shout out to Austin Hammer,
Yeah.
man. He was one of the first like 15 guests on here, I think. So
Yeah. He's a good guy.
He's a good dude.
Good guy. But to answer your question, it's just, man, I don't know. It's just, I just wanted to try something new.
Yeah.
And real estate, I mean, real estate gets,
Tricky.
I want to say the S word, like, because the bar to be a real estate agent is super low. So you get a bunch of everybody just kind of, like, I just want to try real estate. And, you do your little class and you have your real estate license and you can call yourself a real estate agent, whatever. And, just with every job, there's good real estate agents and then there's bad ones. And, people that aren't into real estate, kind of like sees people and like some people are just bad at what they do, and like the bar is super low, so I mean anyone can join, so you do have to separate yourself. The bad agents really do mess up kind of like how good real estate agent is, like being a real estate agent is. So
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. You're saying like the bad ones kind of give a bad rep.
A bad rep, yeah. That's what I was trying to say.
So, where were you working before you took like the exam and everything like that, man?
So I'm not a type of guy to like jump jobs. Like I'm a pretty loyal guy.
Same here,
to a job. So yeah, I know I know you are. I was working at the Dairy Queen was my first job.
Shout out Dairy Queen.
I was a boss at making blizzards. I did the food. I didn't really touch the food side of things. I mean, I definitely learned how to do whatever the hell I got to do. And drive-through, I was a killer at drive-through. I was super quick, whatever. And I worked there for like 4 years, nice. To be completely honest with you. And then my buddy got me into Enterprise, the rental car. Yeah. So I was there probably since like 2018. I was doing that, and I was doing 25 hours at Enterprise and a couple hours at Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen, it was miserable. I grew up to hate it. I grew up to hate it, but I did a great job at it. Like I was always in there with a good attitude. Man. Yeah. So and then I did that, and then for a little bit I did have like this like weird job during COVID. This guy I don't know how the hell I found this guy. He offered me, I forgot how much it was hourly, but something super, super good to do like COVID testing.
Oh, nice.
And like somewhere in Brandon. And so
at like a lab or something?
No, it was like all outside type of thing.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And I didn't do the COVID test, but I just kind of wrote down their information. Like it would be like a car drive-through line. I would go up to the car, ask who's going to have a test, write down their information, and pass it on to the people that are testing it. But one bad thing about that was that my handwriting is super, super bad. And like they wouldn't get mad at me, but they would be like, yo, is this a 9 or is this a 7? Like I can't read it. Like,
Nico.
And I was just like so stressed out because like it was busy. Like, it got busy, and like we had to do it pretty fast and stuff. So yeah, my handwriting was terrible, and they were just it was fun. It was a good time though. I made some good money just from barely like working half the hours.
Yeah.
And I would just make probably the same or more as I would like at Dairy Queen or something like that. Yeah. And I was also, he let me bring my friends too. So like my friends did the job too.
Oh, nice.
And we were all just, it was a good, we just hung out together, just good time, like carpooled together, and it was great.
Sweet, man. Well, so I always say if you haven't worked a food service or retail job, I can't trust you.
Bro.
So
I respect I'm the nicest person to waiters, fast food people. That's just who I am. I don't care if you're a janitor or a boss. Like, I treat you with the same amount of respect because I understand exactly. Everyone has to start somewhere. So
yeah, absolutely, man. I think that's a generational thing too. Like, our generation probably all had that kind of job, so we can relate. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
But I was gonna say, man, so you're used to hustling. Those all sound like pretty hectic jobs. Do you think that's affected how you approach real estate at all?
I mean, yeah, I could tell you right now, like before I started working in general, I was just scared to just even order my own food at a restaurant or something like that. It's just I don't know. And then working with at Dairy Queen, I became a lot more outgoing and stuff, and that's who I am now. I kind of realize that's who I am myself. I love talking, as you'll probably see that in this podcast. But I love to talk. I love to just communicate with people. I mean, working at Dairy Queen, you realize that not everyone's nice.
Yeah.
Like, there's some like pretty bad people. Not everyone was raised just like you. So there's some pretty like bad people out there, but there's some good people as well. I mean, there's a lot of good people. So I just love hearing people's story or whatever, and it's just crazy because just one conversation with someone, you never know where that leads to. And I couldn't give you any like things off the top of my head, but I've made some good connections just by just talking to people. And
yeah, man.
That's just I just love talking. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're in the right business.
Oh yeah. Oh, so to answer your question about the real estate thing, sorry, I was getting out of topic.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I just meeting people for the first time at a showing or something like that. Like, I just walk in with confidence, And the thing about me, even when I do open houses too, like, I don't just want to talk about real estate. Like, I want to know about you as a person. Like, if you're with a kid, I'm gonna ask you how old that kid is, where he goes to school, all that stuff, and I always try to find a connection, a common ground, exactly, and that's what that's part of real estate too. I get to see cool houses, sometimes not the coolest houses. I've been to some bad houses, but I just like talking to people too, and it's just. I love building a connection with people, and it's more than just, I'm helping you buy a home thing. We build a friendship, so, and I have a couple clients that I go to we went out to eat even months after we closed on houses. Like, they call me, I call them all the time. Like, we're just family basically. Like, I literally call them family. You know what I'm saying? So. It's a good time.
Well, that's awesome.
I like to do what I do.
Well, that works on two fronts too, because you get to build good relationships with people, and then, this might sound kind of shady or slimy, but really it's well-intentioned. Yeah. That's how you get repeat and referral business too, is maintaining good relationships with people. They tell their friends Nico's a good guy, or they want to buy or sell with you next time they have something coming up in the real estate business. So I think that's important, man, is to build good relationships with people instead of just kind of turning and burning. Right?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Speaking of turning and burning.
Where are you going with this?
You're like, Paul, what? The market has slowed down a little bit, but it's still not competitive, but interesting out there, I will say. So can you tell me kind of what you're seeing, man, how things have changed since the hecticness, if that's a real word, of the earlier part of the year?
So I don't know. I felt like for me, it was just like a quick switch as to like competitive offers and then not. I just remember showing this lady this house, a townhouse, and it was been on the market for like 3-4 days at the time. And I mean, that's not a long time, but also that's a long time,
right?
In the hot market that we're in. And she wanted to put an offer in, so I was talking to the listing agent, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we have no offers on it." I'm like,
"No offers?"
Sorry. Excuse. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good.
That probably sounded so weird to the thing too. Had no offers on. I was like, "Are you serious? Like, so you mean if we put an offer on this home, we'll get this home?"
Right.
And he's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "No way!" Like I've never like had that. It's always been multiple offer situations. So, but she didn't want to put an offer on the house. But I always get out of tangent with. I'll just go out of topic with it.
Oh, you're good.
But
man.
where I was going with that is that it's slowed down. So now houses on the market for a lot longer. Not many offers at all. Mm-hmm. The most I've seen right now recently is like 4 offers on a house, and we won that house.
Heyo.
Woo woo. But yeah, but I mean the buyers, they watch the news and stuff, so everybody says, "Oh, like I want to wait," and I'm just like, it's just gonna get worse.
Yeah.
It's really just gonna get worse. Like, and I'm not just telling you that from a sense, because like I feel like when people hear that from a real estate agent, they're just like, "Oh, this dude just wants a quick deal." Like he just obviously like that's what he does for a living. Like he just wants to sell his house. But I mean, I want what's best for people. Yeah. To be completely honest with you, it's not just about a sale. Like, cool, yeah, I sold a house, get some money from it, but I don't want to, screw you over. Yeah, exactly. So it's been slowing down, but I'm still chugging along. Nice, so we'll see. We'll see where it goes from here. But I do think interest rates are just gonna go up. But prices, people say that prices are going down. But the explanation that I have behind that is that just people kind of still have that mindset of the hot market, so they list it pretty high, and then they kind of realize, oh, it's not what we're used to. So they bring it down and like, oh, this house had a price drop, like we're going down in price. I was like, no, they just listed it super high. So, and also the listing agents are a lot nicer now.
There you go.
They're so nice. They actually care about you.
They'll answer the phone.
Exactly. So back then, if you didn't want the house 10 grand over, they'll find 30 other people that'll offer 100 grand over. Exactly. So they're a lot nicer. They call me, and there's a lot more incentives and stuff that they want to push to you, and So I mean,
nice, man. So since you started when we were in like the heat of the seller's market, that's kind of all you've known, right? So now that things are changing, are you doing anything differently, or are you still kind of trying to feel it out?
I'm still trying to feel it out. One thing though that I'm like have to like get not better at, but kind of get back in that mindset is negotiating. Yeah. Because I mean, when the hot market we're in, there was no negotiating at all. I mean, there really wasn't. Yeah. To be completely honest with you, you had to, just give as much as you can. And like, there's no question asked. Like,
it was more like begging, right?
Yeah, it's like, come on, bro, please let me win this offer. Wait, what was the question?
No, just saying, are you doing anything differently?
No. Honestly, right now, I'm just still trying to feel it out. It's just hard because like I think I would if I was putting in more offers in, and stuff. But I'm just chugging along there and. I mean, I don't put that many offers in as of this time, just because people just want to wait. And there's always people that say they swear they're gonna put an offer in, like they need to move in the next month and whatever, but they never. It's just some of them just play games with me, and I'm just like, come on, man. Like I really don't care if you ghost me, but like tell me, like, hey, I found another agent. Like, hey, I'm not looking anymore.
Sure, yeah.
Just be like straight up with me. Just don't ghost me. Like, all I want, like, you tell me, like, hey, stop bothering me, stop calling me, I'll stop. But if you just keep on ignoring my calls, like texts and stuff, I'm just gonna keep on. You
don't know what to think. As far as they're still interested, but they're lazy or something.
I'm just doing my job. I'm just trying to get, be a good real estate agent. Check up on you, make sure are you good? Like, do you want me to help you find a house?
Yeah.
But
communication is a two-way street, man.
But this new market is a little different, so I gotta get used to it. But negotiating. I can negotiate. So
I always think of like a car dealership when I think of negotiation.
Yeah, I do. I don't like going to car dealerships.
Me either. I used to work at one for 4 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I just don't. You sold cars, or were you doing something else?
No, finance, that sort of side of things.
Okay, that's good. I just can't. I can't. No, that's too much for me.
Yeah. And that's why I'm here, ladies and gentlemen. Cool, man. So I'm glad to hear things are still going well for you despite it slowing down a little bit. I think it'll be a good time for you to learn some new skills like the negotiating side of things.
Yeah.
Which is what like the agents who have been in the game for like 30, 40 years.
Yeah,
they're like, back in my day, you know, we have to negotiate on every deal and so on and so forth.
Paper contracts, like write them down. Like, no.
We love you too, older agents.
Yeah, y'all cool. Y'all cool.
Yeah.
But you got to get on the new wave. It's different now.
That's right. There's benefits of knowing both sides.
Exactly.
So Nico, I thought of a funny story when I heard that you were coming on today. Not so much funny, just something that I thought of when they said Nico. So it's going to lead me to my next question.
Okay.
So I'm just going to tell it real quick. So for those of you that don't know, probably most of you, we have to do, or the agents rather, all recorded intro videos at the brokerage here, which is basically just putting a face to the name. Hi, I'm Nico Romero. You send it off to your new clients so they can be like, oh, I know what Nico looks like now. And so I was in charge of recording all those. And, you know, people show up in just regular outfits, T-shirts, polos, whatever. My man here, full green suit. He was looking good, all right?
Express. Shout out Express. I love that.
Shout out to Express for men. I think I said something to you that day. I was like, you're looking sharp, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask you because obviously you're like, you probably thought, I want to look good for this. Clients are going to see this, whatever, right? What do you think in this profession is the importance of like being well-dressed and presenting well to the people that you're interacting with?
I mean, it's just the way you come off, like obviously like the first impression. When I'm meeting someone for the first time, I try my best at looking pretty good. And I still do later on, but I have a little bit, you know, I won't come out in a whole suit.
Yeah.
But that's just that, you know, when I knew I was going to record the video, you know, I just literally put on that suit just to record the video, and then I took it, went home, took it off. But it's a lot. So it's, you know, for myself, it's a confidence thing as well. Like I just feel so much more like you know, what is that saying that you dress good, you look good, or something like that?
I don't know.
I'm bad with sayings, but if you know if I look good, I feel more confident. I really do. I don't know what it is like about it, but I just like dressing nice, and I feel like people take me more seriously.
Yeah.
You know, as a younger agent, you know, these dudes that I'm showing up to, and there's like 50-year-olds, they think they know it all. And I feel like they look down on me just because I'm younger. Yeah. But I mean, just looking good, it really does help. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I try to buy. Buying a suit every time I have a closing. So,
okay.
So I haven't been good with that. Like I probably bought like 3-4 suits since, but I've had more closings than that. But I don't know. There's just not a wide range of options at Express. I love Express. That's where I get all my clothes. This shirt's from Express.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, this is nice. It's comfortable too. So
I'll have to check it out.
What
was I gonna say? Well, I lost it.
You can't mess up, dude.
You were. I got to keep the ball rolling, right?
Yeah.
So you were saying about being a younger agent and kind of dealing with people's perceptions of you. This is something that comes up on here a lot because I talked to Amanda about it. I talked to Austin about it, I'm pretty sure. Maybe Raymond. A lot of people, right? Yeah. So are there other ways that you've dealt with people's perceptions of you being a younger agent and maybe thinking that you don't know what you're doing, so on and so forth? Aside from dressing well, are there other things that you do to kind of project that confidence?
Just be prepared.
That's great advice.
Have questions answered. You know, before a showing, I'll get there early, and I'm just like looking through the MLS, just getting every little detail that I can about the house. And the thing is, like, yeah, they'll ask me some questions about it, and I just answer right away. But if they don't ask, I make sure to tell them. Yeah. You know, so I give them more information that they probably want. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm sure that's, you know, that's pretty good. They hear it and they're like, oh, he knows his stuff. So it's all about just being prepared. Sometimes, you know, there's questions that, like wild questions that they ask that obviously you don't know about, and I'm just like, what? Like I never thought I would get asked that question, but it's all about being prepared, look good. You know, you gotta have the confidence. Like eye contact, like smile, like, don't be scared. Like
firm handshake.
These people, like, they're just people too. Like,
yeah,
I've talked to new agents. They're like, oh my God, I'm so scared to like do a showing. What if they don't like me? Like, what? Like,
they're not going to kill you.
Dude, I mean, they probably might. They might. They might. If it's not them, it's the homeowner.
There you go.
But yeah, it's all about just being prepared, confident. You radiate confidence. They're gonna notice that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I don't want to like. I mean, if there's a question that I don't know, it's not like that. I'm just gonna lie and just say something. But there's ways around it, and you'll learn. I'm only like 2 years in, but you'll learn through experience, and I can't wait. Like, real estate, you learn every single day, and I'm just like, every day I'm excited to learn something new. Every contract, something new pops up, and it might suck because you're like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. But as soon as you get that over with, you learn something new, and it's all about learning, And I've, talked to Chris. Shout out Chris. And she's been doing it. She's been doing it for how long? And
too long. No,
she and she still has questions. Like, I see her in Slack asking questions, and it's I look at it and it's like, this girl knows. I feel like this girl knows everything. And the fact that she's still asking questions, that's true. Like, you still learn every single day. So I look forward to these obstacles that are in my way.
To learning, yeah.
To learn. Because the more obstacles are in my way, the more I learn. So
that's a great way to look at it, man. It's so funny you brought up that thing about Chris, because I think it was like freaking the 4th or 5th episode of this show, and she was on here. And I told her, I was like, I'm pretty sure you know everything, right, Chris? And she was like, Paul, I still learn new shit every day,
Yep.
So it's so funny that you bring that up, even now that she's still learning.
Shout out Chris, too. She's helped a lot. Without her, I don't even know. I don't even know where I'd be right now. I thank you for being so patient with me, and, I got love for you, Chris.
Shout out K-Fab.
Yep.
So you just made me think of 2 questions, man. So when you have... I'm sure you've had them, like everybody has these moments where you don't know the answer to a question or whatever it might be. How do you express that to your client? Do you say something along the lines of like, I don't know, but let me ask somebody else, or how do you approach that?
So it depends on kind of what question it is. If it's something that I think I know, but I don't know the full thing, I'll give them the answer. I'll be like, hey, like, I think it's this, but honestly, let me double check, make sure, because I don't want to give you the wrong answer.
Bingo.
Or it's just, hey, like, I honestly don't know that question. Let me call the listing agent, and maybe I'll call Chris instead of the listing agent, but I'll still get that answer figured out no matter what. And I tell them I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And it's normally pretty quick. Like, we'll do the showing or whatever. I get in the car, I make the calls real quick, and then in a matter of hopefully 10-15 minutes, I call them back and have that question answered for them. So
that's better than just straight up lying to
somebody.
Oh yeah,
you don't want to do that, because then you just look dumb, like, if you're wrong and stuff. But yeah,
man. The other thing you made me think of is, because you were talking about Chris, so she was your team leader at one point.
Yes, she was. Unfortunately, she's not anymore. I miss you, Chris. I mean, but I have Amy. Amy's my new team leader. Amy's been great too, but it's just my first love.
K-Fab. Have you had any other sort of mentors in the business? Because you talked about Austin, you talked about Chris, and now Amy. Has there been anybody else that's had sort of a positive influence on your career?
Well, I mean, just with real estate, with 54 Realty, I like to ask questions to people that I know.
Yeah.
So that would mostly be Austin or Amanda. Mm-hmm. Shout out Amanda. Or Breno too.
Shout out Breno.
That's probably like the closest people that I'm with, just because I've known them before I joined 54 Realty. And obviously they're, no hate on them, but they're not as experienced as who I should actually be going to, like Chris, Amy, Tim, anyone else. But I asked them first, kind of get like a feel of the general direction as to what, how to answer or what question I have. And then I'll go to them and go to the big dogs.
Yeah.
And, confirm with them, see if they have any other different way they would go about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good, man, to have a group of people that are sort of same level experience-wise, so you don't feel like you're going it alone, sort of, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right on, man. So Nico, let's talk about you a little bit more, man.
Let's talk about me. What do you want to know about me? FBI.
So when I get into these questions, I always preface it by saying these are kind of like job interview questions, but I'm interested to know the answers.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So why do you want this job? No, I'm kidding.
Well, I'm just kidding.
So Nico, everybody has different things that make them unique, that make them succeed, make them fail, so on and so forth. What would you say, either within real estate or outside of real estate, has been your greatest strength so far?
Communicate, like just being a people person.
Nice.
That's just, I mean, I think I hope I am a people person, like from,
Yeah.
but just, building a connection with someone, I mean, I think that's probably the greatest strength that I have.
Yeah.
Just being personable with someone, and it's more just about a real estate, like I've said this like a couple minutes ago, but it's more about just being a real estate agent. Like I want to be like, it's not that I want to be your friend, but like, come on, we're friendly, like we're here.
Yeah.
We're here touring the house. Might as well talk. Like I'm just a talker.
Yeah.
So that's probably what it is. Just being just social. I'm a social
Right on,
butterfly.
man.
So I'll talk to anyone, and I'll talk to a random person for hours if I had that chance. So.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I would say not everybody is like that, right? Like not everybody's naturally a people person.
Yeah.
It definitely helps. I'm sure there are people in the career of real estate that are that type of person where they're not a people person. Do you think they can still kind of make it in the biz? Do you think they have to adapt,
Honestly, I mean, I think that if you're not like sociable, I don't think you can. To be completely, I don't know. To be completely honest with you, I think you have to have that, that connection with someone. And I know it's maybe you could, like, if you're like super knowledgeable and you earned your stripes and you're this big top dog, I'm sure you can get away with it.
Yeah.
But to build your clientele, build your business up, you have to be sociable. You have to talk to people. So I when I see people that don't talk, or my friends that say they want to be doing real estate too, that are super shy, I don't see a way they can make it into a career. To be completely honest, I don't want to be negative when I say that. No. Like, I mean, if you can do it, all to you. But I really do think you have to be, you don't have to be super sociable and like talk, 24/7. But you have to have a personality with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to be, a good person. So
yeah. So do you think that's something where even if they are shy or are not a people person, they can kind of learn that skill early on?
I don't know. Some people, everyone's different. I feel like, I mean, at this age, I don't know. People start doing real estate at all different, 18, 40, 60. But at that point, you should already have that.
Some people skills.
Yeah, you should already have people skills. So if you don't have it, I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that could probably learn it if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, but how do you learn? Like, how do you just switch on and off? Like, like as a normal person, you're just like a shy person. But then when clients come around, you're like all sociable. No, I think that's like, I think that might be fake. You know what I'm saying? You just have to have it in you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's it makes one think about, like, if you're not a people person or whatever, why go into this business in the first place? Because everybody knows a real estate agent, you're talking to people all day long. So I guess if you're not a people person, you're wanting to get in this career, maybe make some adjustments before you start.
Don't. I'm just kidding.
So Nico, everybody also has, on the flip side of the coin, weaknesses, obstacles, right? What would you say is yours, and is it something you're still trying to overcome, perhaps, or is it something that you've already overcome?
I think in general, my weakness is just, I don't know what I don't know. Like, there's a lot to real estate, and I'm only done it for 2 years at this point, but there's a lot that I don't know, and I can admit that. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys and say, oh, I know everything. Like,
right.
But I'm just not as knowledgeable as people that have been doing it for 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but that's the whole part of, I'll get there at some point. These people that have been doing it, that know everything 20, 30 years, like, they started from knowing nothing. So I'll get there, and I'm confident that, it's not, I wouldn't consider it a weakness. If I had to title it that, then yeah. but it's just a part of the stepping stone to get to where I want to be. So that's probably my weakness right now.
No, it makes sense, man. I've been thinking about that a lot lately where, let's say you want to start playing guitar or you want to learn how to sew a quilt. I don't know. I'm just thinking of random stuff.
That's very random.
Yeah.
Do you do those things?
No.
No?
I did play
guitar?
I played instruments back in the day, yeah, but it's just something I've been thinking about because at least this is how I am. If I start something and I suck at it, I'll get discouraged, right?
Yeah.
But everybody that is good at something started off being really terrible at something. So you just kind of have to push through the initial awkwardness or whatever it is of being terrible at something. And then eventually you'll be Chris Marco Trigiano. You know what I mean?
The GOAT.
That's
but
right.
yeah, that's just part of it. I mean, yeah, there's people that are, like you said, discouraged. And it's, like, I don't view it, I don't get discouraged. I used to.
Yeah.
Not with real estate, just in general, with things in general. But it's just part, like, I just embrace it. Like, you just got to embrace it. You know, you don't know what you don't know. And just, you know, you'll eventually figure out what you need to know.
Don't be afraid to screw up and embarrass yourself.
Exactly. Exactly.
In any career, really. That holds true.
Yep.
Speaking of any career, Nico, let's say you weren't doing real estate, my friend.
Okay.
I know this is a tricky one. What would you be doing?
Something I love sports, football mostly.
Okay, nice.
So I don't know. I mean, not a dream job, but I would love to work for the Bucks just because I'm a big Bucks fan. Even when they sucked. This was before Tom Brady. I've been a fan for forever.
That's right. OG.
OG. So I think I would do something with the Bucks. I don't know, whatever job it is. I don't care if it's picking up their sweaty towels or whatever. I don't care. I just like being I feel like it'd be so fun being around just that environment. And that's one of those things where it's like, I would enjoy the job. It's not just, I don't care about, I mean, the money and stuff is pretty cool. But
yeah.
And I'm sure those people, depending on what you do for work there, the pay varies. But I would just love to be around them. Being around the football team. I don't know, maybe doing like something, because I see them on social media, like they always, post stuff, and I feel like that'd probably be something that I would do for the Bucks, and that'd be so cool. I mean, I see some of them like interview like the players and stuff, and I would probably lose my brain if I got to interview like Tom Brady or something. I think I would, oh my God.
We're having him on the podcast next week, actually.
Where is he at? Yeah. Really? All right, bet.
Bring him in. Come in, Tom.
I'll be here.
Tom.
Hey.
Oh, hey, but no.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, right.
But yeah.
No, that's cool, man. Did you play sports in high school or anything like that?
I did. No, not really. In middle school, I did track. But honestly, I didn't really play any sports. I was kind of more focused. As soon as I turned 16, I just worked.
Yeah.
I just worked a lot.
I was the same way,
To be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't play a sport, but it's just, I don't know. I just worked.
Yeah.
I didn't need to work. Like, it wasn't like I needed money for anything. I just turned 16 and I just started working, and it's just kind of, I don't know.
Did your parents kind of push you into working, or was it just like you were like, I'd like some money?
No. I think they would have eventually, but I mean, as soon as I turned 16, like I tried to get a job, so it wasn't like I was sitting on my butt for like 2 years after I'm able to get a job, and no. They didn't push me just because I kind of pushed myself first to get, But
well, it's good, man. You built the hustler mindset.
Yeah, I definitely do. I'm a hard worker. I'm not just saying that. I'm not trying to give myself a pat on the back, but I'm definitely a hard worker. I like to work hard. I always, with everything that I do, Dairy Queen Enterprise, real estate, like I try to put more, I can't talk right now. I try to give more than what is needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's important, man. Mm-hmm. I was literally just talking to my mom yesterday, and she was saying something like that. Mm-hmm. Wherever you go, you got to put in more effort that's expected of you, or something like that.
And I just with that too, I hate lazy people. Like, I just can't work with lazy people. Like, if you give me the same effort as I'm giving you, we can make something work. But if you're not, then it's just a bad time. But I know people don't have the same work ethic as. Not everyone has the same work ethic. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, that's why people fall out of this career. There's a statistic that comes up here all the time that I can never remember for some reason, but it's about like the turnover rate in real estate and how many people give up after like the first year or 9 months or whatever it is. And so You definitely have to be a hustler to be in this job. You know?
Mm-hmm. And to grow too. I mean, it's one thing. I feel like if you did it for a while already, I feel like there's a plateau where you reach. I mean, I don't know because I haven't got there yet, but from what I heard, there's a plateau that you're at, and you always you have to find different ways that next year instead of selling 60 houses, I'm gonna try to sell 70.
Yeah.
You have to find different ways to make yourself better and better and better. And yeah, do you know who Ben Wegman is?
It sounds familiar,
bro. Real estate agent from Dallas, dude. This dude, I have him on Instagram. He's a baller. He is. Oh my god. He's like posting on stories like 17 closings for the month of May or not May, July. I'm like, god.
He busy.
No, he's busy. Yeah, I'll show you his Instagram after this. But I just look up to him.
Nice.
To be honest, it's some random dude in Dallas. He has some client Dallas Cowboys clients.
What?
I don't know how he got to the point where he's at. I know he said he started with just doing leases, and he's like, oh yeah, the people that do leases, they're eventually gonna buy. So
that's
blah blah.
true,
But
yeah.
I don't know how that somehow got him to where he's at right now. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll show you his Instagram after. It's sick. He's pretty
Right on. Yeah, we always talk about on here how building your client base, you might not reap the rewards of these things until later on in your career. Early on, you have the leases, you have the low price point buyers or whatever it might be. But then eventually, those people turn into referrals or they want to do more business with you, so on and so forth. You got to plant the seed, and then eventually you'll reap the benefits.
Mm-hmm. And, I'll treat a client that's looking for a $100,000 mobile home the same as a client looking for a $1.2 million beach house. It's all the same. I'm not going to treat you any different. That's just who I am. Because I know, you guys are both doing the same thing. You guys want to move into a house. So
yeah,
there's no reason to treat you any differently just because, you can't afford something or can't afford a certain price point. So.
Well, that's exactly what you were saying at the beginning, man, about you treat the janitor the same way you would treat the boss.
Yeah, and that's how I grew up. I mean, my parents moved here from Colombia when I was 2 years old, and both of my parents were working. At some point, I mean, I was young. This is what they told me. This all could be a lie, but they were working 3 jobs each. They would have, I don't know. And I was staying with my sister. Me and my sister have a huge age gap. She's 37, and I'm 23.
Dang.
So she was more like a mom to me than a sister. So she took care of me, while my parents were working, and they would work long hours. 3 jobs, and it's just crazy. So I kind of grew up respecting them because I see a janitor if I'm at Raymond James Stadium at a Bucks game, and I see a janitor clean up a mess. I look at him and I really do think of my dad or my mom, and I'm just they used to because they worked at Raymond James Stadium years ago. I don't know if they were janitors or whatever, but I look at them and I'm just he probably has kids too. He probably wants a better life because that's why my parents moved here, to have a better life for us. So
yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. So I just respect everyone the same. So
well, that's a good mindset to have, I think. You were talking about Ben Wegman. Is that his name?
I think that's
something like that.
That's how you pronounce it. I think. I don't know.
Do you have any other sort of role models or people that you look up to like that? I know we talked about mentors, and that's kind of the same thing. But anybody that maybe you don't know personally that you kind of look up to?
Besides Ben Wegman, I mean, in general, or are you talking about?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be real estate. Okay. It could just be role models in general.
Honestly, I don't really have I don't think I look up to anyone like that. I mean, I don't think I do. To be completely honest with you, Ben Wegman, I like him because he posts a bunch of stuff, and I know people that look up to people, but just because he has this Lamborghini, that's not why you look up to somebody.
Yeah.
You look up to somebody because of what they bring as a person, not because of what they can afford.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you look up to someone successful, obviously they have money and they can buy those things, but it's not about that. It's about who the person is. But yeah, I don't think I look up to anyone. If I think of somebody, I'll just shout it out while you're in the middle of another question, but I don't think I do.
No, you're good, man.
Do you? Oh, we're going to interview Paul as well. Do you look up to anyone, Paul?
That's a great question. Oh man. Really caught me off guard.
Yeah, there. I know. Has anyone ever interviewed you during these things?
People try. I think last week, Horace and I were talking about like our favorite or books and stuff that we would recommend to people. And he didn't ask me, but I just gave my answer anyway. And then when Allison was on here, she was like, Paul, I'm going to come back one time and just interview you in reverse the entire way.
Literally, I was thinking about interviewing you.
Oh, damn. Now you got me thinking.
Yeah, think about it.
As far as like creatively, I guess, you know, Donald Glover's a badass. Childish Gambino, if you know him, because he does everything from TV to acting, writing, comedy, music, obviously.
Is his real name Donald Glover?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, directing and stuff like that. He does it all, man. So when I think of like my creative stuff, I always think of him because I'm like, damn, if he can do everything, I can do one thing. You know what I mean? As far as like professionally, I got to give a shout out to Joe and Rose, obviously. I don't know, man. I guess my parents too, probably.
Okay.
So they've been a good influence on me since I was little. When we were talking about starting working at a young age, I was the same way. Like I started working at like 15 or 16 and just always had jobs. So yeah, I guess, I would have to think about that more.
Yeah,
but
you're good.
those are the first things that come to mind.
What was your first job?
My first job was at Moe's Southwest Grill, baby.
Welcome to Moe's. You have to yell that every single time?
Welcome to Moe's. You know? Yeah, every single time, and you would get in trouble if you didn't.
Oh, no.
And I worked there, and then I worked at Capital Tacos. Shout out to Capital Tacos.
You a taco guy.
Come on, bro. You know me. I could roll a burrito like nobody else.
Okay. I can't. So
And then,
all to you.
And then after that was because I hated food service. I did it for like 3 years or something, but from freaking Dairy Queen, man, it sucks. And then I went and got a job at Zoomies. You ever heard of Zoomies before?
Yeah.
Man?
I used to buy some stuff from there.
Which to me, as like a rebellious teenager, was like the coolest job ever because it's like skate stuff and music stuff, and we had like an Xbox in there that you could just play in your downtime. Easiest job I ever had, man. That was like a seasonal thing, and then right after that I got a job at the dealership I was talking about, and then I was there for like 4 years. That was my first like serious job. And that's where I learned like, oh, okay, not everything is tacos and skateboards, you know what I mean?
It's a little bit more serious. Tacos and skateboards.
Tacos and skateboards.
It's a good combo.
I was there for a while, man, and then like that was where I got my first manager job. And then right after that, 54 Realty.
54.
That's right.
54. What Zoomies did you work at? What mall?
Citrus Park.
Okay. So you always lived around here, like this area?
Since 2007, so since I was real little. But yeah, always Tampa, sort of Pasco area.
What high school did you go to?
Shit. I don't know why I blanked on it, but Sun Lake, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Class of?
16, baby.
Okay. I'm 17.
Okay.
17,
all right. Yeah.
Okay.
Were you Land O'Lakes, right?
Yeah, I was Land O'Lakes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I see you.
We're right there. Yeah, we probably thinking about that. Like we've probably like seen each other.
Oh, I'm sure, dude.
But
sure.
like didn't see each other. You know
a couple of times I would go to like the and they don't give a shit about this, but
we're just having a good combo.
Like the campouts that the Land O'Lakes.
Oh, you
would have. Yeah. So I would be there occasionally.
That's hilarious.
Specifically, I remember the first time I ever went, and I was like, oh, okay, this.
It's me playing with this thing.
Oh, I was like, what the hell is it? I was like, is there someone outside? There was some kid, and there was like 100 kids at this first thing. Yeah. But there was one dude who, because I'm sure you remember, there's the fire in the middle of everything. And there's this one kid that I don't think anybody really knew. He was just there, had his shirt off, and was like jumping over the fire and stuff, and like throwing things in it. But he wasn't like, oh, that's Jeff, he's drunk and this is how he gets. Like, I don't think he knew anybody.
That's funny. Hey, all to him. Like, I respect people that can like do stuff alone.
Oh yeah.
It's when you get older, you kind of see it more. Obviously, like as a kid, you probably have like 30 people you guys would go to Moe's or something, like 30 deep or whatever. But when you get older, you tend to do a lot more stuff alone.
Yeah.
So yeah,
respect to that kid wherever he
exactly. I know
he might
probably
be in
doing
jail,
big things. No, he's probably doing big things right now. But yeah, dude, those campouts were fun.
Oh, you could say that. You could say that.
It was fun. It was a good time. I don't know who thought about doing something like that, but it was a good time.
Yeah, man, definitely. I slept in my car a couple times.
Yep.
Those things.
Were you there when we got like there was like the park patrol or whatever
One time, yeah.
Yeah. That was a good time.
Surprised we didn't get busted more often. Reminiscing, you know, crazy teens we were.
I'm still a little crazy.
That's all right. You got to keep a little bit of that in your life, man.
Yep.
Nico, we burned through the questions, man. I got one more left for you.
No, are we gonna end it already? No, we're gonna run it back. I'm gonna ask you the same exact question. I'm just kidding. What's the last question? Tell me.
All right, my friend. This is how we end every episode. If you could give some advice to the new agents out there or agents who are just struggling, what would your advice be?
Just hustle. Like you just gotta like because real estate's one of those jobs where you have to put in the work to benefit the reward. I mean, to reap the rewards. If you work 10 hours a week doing real estate, you won't get nothing done. But if you work 40, 50 hours, sacrifice a lot of time, you'll see the rewards come. And maybe it won't be, automatic because, by the time you go under contract, it takes like a month to close anyways. But you just got to, get out there. Like you have to sacrifice a lot. Like, okay, yeah, you have plans Saturday night, or Saturday morning, but sometimes you got to say no to it and you got to do your showings, got to do what you got to do, got to answer phone calls when you don't want to answer phone calls. You just got to put in, that work in if you want to be successful at it. Because if not, then, just get a regular job, a regular salary job. Because, a salary job, you get paid the same no matter what you do. But with real estate, you just the more work you put in, the more rewards you get. So it's all about just hustling. You got to hustle.
Hard.
Yeah.
To quote the Mr. Mike Peoples,
the GOAT.
And he gets a lot of credit on here, but I'm going to give him some more. He usually says, treat it like a job, you get paid like a job.
Mm-hmm.
So that sounds like what you're saying.
That's facts.
Yeah, absolutely. Nico, man.
Already?
I don't know how accurate this is, but this is almost an hour. But I think there was some time at the beginning before the camera was on. So.
Okay. I was about to say, that does not feel like an hour. What time is it? I like checking my phone, like I just can't check my watch.
Well, I appreciate you coming, man, especially on a weekend. Definitely have you back because
like
there's a lot more.
7 in the morning right now.
Right, it's 7 in the morning right now. No, I'm sure there's a lot more we could talk about, man, so I'd definitely love to have you back. Mm-hmm. Anything you want to promote, social media or anything like that?
So one thing about me is I have my Instagram, but I have a real estate Instagram account, but I just haven't been able to post anything. And I think that's one of that's also probably a weakness is that I just can't record myself. I don't know what to post. I don't want to copy people and post the same exact thing that, they're posting, but it's I don't know anything else to post. I don't think I'm creative to be completely honest with you. But so I want to take videos. I don't have TikTok. I know that TikTok's a good place to promote your stuff. I want to download it just for real estate stuff, but I know that as soon as you get it, you waste time on it. So I don't have anything to promote, to be honest. But if you're looking to buy or sell or invest in the greater Tampa Bay area, you know who to go to. My name is Nico Romero. I work for 54 Realty. My number is 813-458-0759. You can go to my Instagram at Nico Romero 23. I probably won't accept your request for a friend request, but you can still DM me though. I have this guy accepted though. You're one of the few people I have on my from work. I don't know. I just kind of get weird about having coworkers follow me.
I hear you.
I have you, Amanda, Breno, Austin, Horace, and I think that's and Ashley.
The real ones.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. There's some people on my request thing that work here, and I can't accept them. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with them. They're good people. I don't know. My personal life and my real estate life, I try to separate both.
That's right. So. Well, I feel special.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, hit up Mr. Nico Romero if you are looking to buy or sell in the greater Tampa Bay area.
Just me. No one else.
That's right. Let's see. I guess we'll close it out here. You guys know where to find us on social media at the Real Estate Playbook, as always. Mm-hmm. If you're on YouTube, congratulations. Your eyeballs are working, and you are seeing our faces right now.
That's how you're supposed to see us.
That's
you want to see our face. Just audio? No, it's not it. You got to see our face.
That's right. I said this last week or the week before. It takes some work to edit the videos, so if you're watching, I appreciate you. Subscribe, like, drop a comment, whatever.
Thank you, Paul, for having me. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate you, man. It's nice seeing you. I know I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yeah,
so.
dude, likewise.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, am I forgetting anything? Probably, but guess what? You'll see me next week, and I'll say it all again. Take care, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.
Bye.